and you're watching CNBC TV 18.
When you say the word money, Gandhiji comes to my mind.
I want a lot of money, I guess 10 crores.
If I get a lot of money, I would kind of, buy new clothes. And if I have extra, I would donate it.
Frankly speaking, I would buy a whole new apartment where I'll have all the facilities, where I can enjoy my life to the fullest.
First thing I would do is go to the toy shop and buy everything I want. Get all chocolates so that I can make my sister jealous.
I would firstly buy a Ferrari or any top car.
Try to give it to orphans or something like that.
Hello and welcome to this very, very special edition of Money, Money, Money. Now, it's not very often that I get the opportunity to sit on the other side and be able to quiz one school principal, one college professor, and our very own Karthik Zaveri, who's our financial planner. Yes, it's Teachers' Day, so we decided to do something different, and we decided to come out and really understand our kids these days knowing and understanding the importance of money, and more importantly, the importance of planning, the importance of investing right. So let me quickly introduce my panel. Joining us today, of course, is Ms. Kavita Sangvi, who is the principal of MET Rishikul. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining in and allowing us to come down and get this experience right here at your school. And of course, Karthik Zaveri of Transcend Consulting. He's, of course, an old friend of Money, Money, Money. We're back here. You're with the teachers today. So there'll be a lot of tough questions coming your way, Karthik. And also joining in is Mrs. Sharmila Mohapatra, Professor Sharmila Mohapatra, I should rather say, who is the Dean General Management at SIES College of Management Studies. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for joining
for having me.
So I'll start with the basics really, and I'll ask the teachers what the reality on ground is. We live in a material world, so yes, the smartphones, the cars, the foreign holidays, exposure is a lot more now than it was when I was back in school. So ma'am, if you can start by telling us really what is the essence, the understanding of money when it comes to school kids?
I think the understanding is much more, and I think moreover right now they have a lot of pocket money given to them, and they have access to entire media, so they know what's the latest in the market. So they are aware of money, they are aware of how to spend it, but aware of making money or saving money is a little concept which they still need to work on.
Okay, all right. Now, Professor Mohapatra, you of course deal with young adults. You're dealing with students who are studying MBA. You've taught BCom students in the past as well. What's the level of awareness and the sensitivity towards finance?
Well, they are definitely aware. They're very aware of how much they want to spend.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to whether they have planned for it, for example, in MBA we get students who have already worked for a while and they've come in. But when you ask them questions about what have they thought about long-term goals in terms of monetary, particular thoughts, and they have still got to mature to the idea of saving for a long term. However, there are segments, like for example, when I taught BCom, I used to find a lot more students who are savvy about money. A large number of them, of course, were pursuing their chartered accountancy, and were already, it also matters which background are they coming from. So if they are from homes where they are into business and they have been given a little more money earlier on in life, they've invested it well. Some of them are quite savvy about it, but then that segment is very small. Large number of them still do not understand financial planning. In fact, young adults by and large are more interested in next holiday and how do they get their next credit card rather than, how do I need to save enough to have a house or a car. They think it all comes very easy.
So Karthik, let me ask you, because you sort of interact with a whole diverse spectrum of clients, and when you're talking about either teachers within that universe or students, basically younger members of the family, do they have the awareness, and how influential are they when it comes to taking real hard personal finance decisions, which maybe the head of the family is taking, but then they all have a voice, I'm guessing?
In fact, we promote that they have voice. In fact, there are situations where we are all the time asking, bring your spouse along, bring your older kids along, let the kids start getting into the process. So one of the key things that is happening with all the young adults, and as soon as these kids start earning their money, of course they want to spend it because there are aspirations that they've had and dreams that they've been harboring in their minds for such a long time, and they want to make use of those on the resources that they're going to get. But at the same time, the number one awareness that comes is the taxation, because everybody gets a salary. As soon as they get salary, they wonder why is this money not being...
You hate the fact that it's going away.
Yes, so they don't like it why it's going away, and they want to find out every mechanism possible by which they can prevent that to happen. And which is a great starting point for a lot of people, and that's a great way to begin the whole introduction to financial management. And so taxation serves, which is the negative thing, but it serves as a great positive, door opener.
Coming to think of it, it's actually right. That's, I think, how it happened in my case as well. The only reason you had to think of money was to calculate how much is going away at the end of the year. Absolutely. So let me ask the teachers, the next thing, which is, there are institutions, for instance, stock exchanges. The NSE is doing its own bit. They have a couple of quiz programs and they do a couple of other projects to sensitize students. But otherwise, from the curriculum side, what's the truth?
From the curriculum side, in the primary, there's nothing. In the secondary also, there is nothing coming from that. Except if you take up subjects like business studies and economics, and the kids are studying that, then there's a lot of things coming across. So they're learning it. But depends upon how many kids are going to go and study economics and business studies. So in our school, we made it mandatory for kids to do business studies from 8th standard onwards, to get them an idea of what business is all about, what savings is all about, what finance is all about, and to have them an idea of becoming entrepreneurs in future. But as far as curriculum is concerned, there is nothing given as such for personal finance.
What about when we're talking about college and professional courses like MBA? While they do teach, of course, a whole diverse range of issues in terms of business and how to study a balance sheet, etc. Right. How ingrained is personal finance and personal finance concepts into the present curriculum?
Not very much. It's those who are specializing in finance in the second year, they would learn a lot more about it. But let's say somebody is going for human resources or they're going for marketing, they wouldn't know so much, and they actually sort of have this mindset that this is something we can pick up when we pass out. Okay. They don't look at personal finances very seriously at that stage. So we need to sensitize, and what we do is we do a little bit of a workshop, or we have tie-ups with people who come and take a session for them before they pass out, that they would understand a little more about how they can start reaching their targets if they start off early. Okay, well, that's just setting the right stage, because we'll have Karthik actually give us some basic principles, some basic personal finance ideas, which students of both age groups, of course, the younger lot in school as well as the young adults in college, which they can perhaps keep in mind. So we'll take a break on that note. On the other side, Karthik's mantras for students, things that perhaps teachers should also keep in mind when they're looking at personal finance.